She's very, very intelligent.
That has nothing
very,
to
very
do
bright.
with the
So
test.
I'm
I'm intelligent, but I'm foolish enough to leave boxes all over the place, right?
Everyone from New York City, welcome Shadaya. You see, Shadaya is desperate to clear her name and prove once and for all that her boyfriend, Hakeem, is the father of her son, Jayvyn. Here's the problem. Shadaya says she's already done that. This show is unnecessary because recently, Shadaya and Hakeem took a paternity test, but Hakeem accused her of altering it. And then Shadaya even took a lie detector test. And Hakeem said she tricked the examiner. So today, Hakeem says the only result that he will believe is a result from the Maury show. So, Shadaya, I mean, this is serious, right? I mean, Hakeem's insecurities are tearing your family apart.
First of all, it's nice to meet you, but I didn't think I was going to have to meet you. I thought I'd probably come as an audience member, not a guest. When it comes down to it, it's so much, it's making me so tired to keep going through the same thing over and over again for 3 years.
Do you chalk this up to his insecurities?
Oh, definitely. He's insecure because of things that he went through in his past. And he keeps saying he's not, but there's no other reason for us to be going through this, honestly.
When it comes to your relationship with Hakeem, I mean, you really kind of slow walked it.
Honestly, he's the first person I've ever met on social media. I've never done that. I've always been scared to meet anybody on social media. But, you know, he seemed different.
When you say he's suffering from his past, apparently he was with some girls, some women, who stepped out on him, who cheated on him.
You right about girls.
They weren't women, they were just girls, huh?
Yeah, but that's not my fault, though. That has nothing to do with me. I'm
right.
me. I'm not them. They can never be me.
It all kind of started, believe it or not, because of a shirt. What happened there? What's that story?
I'm top heavy. So I wear men's shirts sometimes because it's easier for me to fit into those shirts. He's gone shopping with me. 2 weeks into us dating, he sits there and he says he needed a shirt. So since we were around the same size that time, I lent him a shirt. I made the mistake of giving him a shirt that I've left over there for a while. It goes from that to him sitting there talking about, oh, well, I gave him another shirt. Oh, no, I think this shirt might have been worn by a man, too. And from that to him saying I'm the kind of woman who would give him men's shirts and all this other stuff, that's disrespectful. I would never do anything like that. I literally broke up with him because of that. I was so hurt. You know, he called me back later and he apologized and said he wanted to get back with me, and we got back together. And I'm thinking that would have been the end of it, but his trust issues just kept going.
So when you found out you were pregnant, how did he react?
When I found out I was pregnant, I took the test. I took 2 tests. I took one 2 weeks before, then I took another test when he was there, because something just told me to take the test. I had a backup one anyways. So I was terrified. You know, when I showed it to him, I was like getting ready to cry because I didn't know how he was going to react. But what he said was he was kind of excited, but he wanted to get a regular pregnancy test.
Because he was taking some medication and he thought he might be infertile at the time.
Right. So when we go to get the regular pregnancy test, you know, after we get it, he's so happy. We're literally outside. He's picking me up, spinning me around, kissing me, screaming that he's going to have a baby. Super excited. Then 2 weeks later, it changes again.
And you did get a DNA test, right?
Yes. He went with me to get the DNA test.
But he said that you altered it. First of all,
That's a lie.
First of all, he said, you're smart and you're into all these computers and things like that, and that you altered the DNA test.
Maury, I'm tired. I'm tired of that. He's talking about I'm over here trying to fix it because I used to do websites. How am I going to fix it? It came in the mail.
You also took a lie detector test.
Yes, I did.
And he says, to prove your innocence, and he says that you messed up the examiner.
He said to you, I messed up the examiner. He says to me that I somehow forged a lie detector test too.
But you're sure that Jayvyn is his son?
Oh, I'm 100% sure, Maury. You know those guarantees that they be having, the commercials, 100% guarantee is better than the commercial. It's real.
You think they look alike?
I know they do. Maury, my son looks like me from the eyes up and his dad all the way from the nose down. When they make his little face with, when they randomly, like, just like, for no reason, they sit there and they turn around and they're like, oh, you know, they be going like this for no reason. Then they sit there and when they have something they enjoy to eat, they both start dancing.
Do you trust her?
Maury, me and Shadaya have been through so many situations that have appeared as suspicious, and there's been situations where I found underwear in her apartment that I moved into, which doesn't make any sense. Before we made the relationship official,
it doesn't make any sense.
She was already beginning to start going on dates with somebody else. So I'm just like, I'm talking to you and only you exclusively.
I was only talking to you.
Before we made the relationship official, unprotectedly, I've been with 3 other women that I tried to get pregnant. It never happened. And then about a month later, underwear started popping up. Underwear that was not mine.
That has nothing to do with Jayvyn. And then even still, you know, I have male family members who would come there, and we would stay at my grandfather's house. It doesn't matter. I took a test and everything. I'm tired, Hakeem.
So,
can't deal with this.
What I don't understand, Hakeem, is she agreed to take a DNA test. She agreed to take a lie detector test, and you don't believe either one of them. Why?
The reason why I don't believe the lie detector test is because there's somebody that I used to work with, right? He was with a female for a very long time. And he was doing all kind of things on her, lying to her, manipulating her, deceiving her, cheating on her, whatever the case may be. Him and Shadaya went to the same place. They happened to go to the same exact place.
No, that has nothing to do with me.
You said that you don't trust a DNA test.
At the end of the day, I'm over here crying, and then at the same time, you don't even understand this. I have to go through this over and over and over again.
You don't trust any DNA test but my test?
It's not that I don't trust any DNA test but your test. I know that yours, you know, a lot of people come here to get help from their families so that they won't ruin their relationships or fix their relationships.
Right.
It's just that she's known for, she actually had a job where she was making websites for her family and stuff like that. She's very intelligent.
That has nothing to do with the test. So I'm intelligent, but I'm foolish enough to leave boxes all over the place, right?
Either tampering with it.
Can I just say to you this? That maybe Shadaya is a victim of your past experiences because other women cheated on you?
Thank you. That's what I've been saying this entire time.
So there have been so many situations, another situation where condoms went missing in her apartment where I live with her at.
But she says she's got members of her family staying there and they might have used them and things like that. And, you know, the big thing is Jayvyn, all right? You don't think that that little boy looks like you?
I think that he looks like me in certain degrees, certain facial features. But when it comes to how he's light skin, you know, I have light skin people in my family, but with me, they have brown skin, and his hair texture is really, really curly. I have coarse hair. So I'm just like, why is he so curly? Where is his hair? Where do you get that curl pattern from? I know her hair is curly.
Don't do him like that, though. Like, you don't understand how hurtful this is to me. How he gonna feel in the future?
If I prove that you're Jayvyn's father, are you gonna drop all this? You're gonna drop all these?
I promise I will.
All these accusations? All right? You're just gonna you're gonna let it slide? You're not gonna bring it up again? You're going on to be a nice, happy family together? Is that right?
That's what I want. I love Shadaya. I love her son. I love my son. We're a family. That's all I want.
He said
with all these things that have happened, I have doubts. It's scary, you know. I've been treated poorly with a lot of females that I dedicated my time, my patience to.
So you decided to treat me poorly instead.
Well, I hope I can relieve your doubts right now and that you can get on with your life and that maybe this is the woman that you always wanted in your life but never have had until now. Let's hope.
Maury, we hope because, again, he thinks I took the lie detector test, so
we can only
hope.
Let him be mine, please.
In the case of 2-year-old Jayvyn, Hakeem, you are the father.
See, I told you, and I tell you again, I gotta tell you.
Shadaya, I'm so sorry. Like, it's been so many situations that have happened in the last 3 years that don't make any sense.
Okay.
It leaves doubt. It leaves spaces for blinks in my mind that don't add up.
Hakeem, let it go. Let it go. She is not those women, okay? She's the love of your life.
I'm sorry.
And now you have a child you never thought you'd have.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that he is mine. I could put those thoughts to rest. I could literally stop thinking paranoid.
Stop. Now you know for a fact, right? Now you know for a fact. You're gonna stop. You gotta just trust me now. And I have no reason to lie. I had to come all the way over here just to prove to you.
Shadaya, he knows now, okay? Let's just lower the temperature when it comes to emotional and enjoy your lives together, okay? You are not the father.